Welcome back, Royals. Happy Friday Eve. I hope you have an amazing weekend. And if you are ready, preparing for Halloween. Some people will celebrate this weekend, some will celebrate next weekend. Anyway, I will be your nurse for today because the topic is PTSD and the things that family members or loved ones experience from domestic violence, as well as how to be supportive in a healthy way that is not dangerous and support people going through domestic violence. I'll have our guest introduce herself. I will make sure I remember what to call her tonight, and we will get
It's
started right
simple.
after. It,
It's,
what?
it's cousin tonight because I ain't got time
Okay.
for you to keep saying cousin. Either way it go. You didn't want to respect me last time.
You wanted me to call you chocolate or whatever that was. I couldn't
Understand
remember.
what was wrong with that? I didn't put the chocolate drop on it. I just said call me chocolate.
I guess that's our introduction, you guys. Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
tonight we are going to start out with a funny video. And it is funny by way of still domestic violence because it is a soft intro into the topic. And Cousin will tell you why I picked this video and why I titled the video Hilda Jr. Here we go. So, for those of you who don't understand what just happened, she saw a couple in the corner fighting, and the man was hitting the woman. She then pressed record, put her phone down, picked up a bat, and went over there, and then it cut. Because why would you want to incriminate yourself? But that is what she did. A passerby saw something happening and decided it was time to take action. Now, cousin, why would I have picked that video?
Because you want me to tell my life story on this show.
So tell your story, cousin. What happened?
Okay. See, what happened was when I was 7 years old, my
Mm-hmm.
parents was going out and they asked my cousin and his girlfriend to watch me. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit down with the rest of my cousins. Mind you, I'm 7, so they're about 9 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
The grown-ups go upstairs. Next thing you know, I hear screaming. I hear the hits. I hear the moving. I hear furniture moving. And I'm looking at them like, what's going on? And they
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, he up there hitting on me. So I'm like, so what y'all gonna do about it? And they like, so we can't do nothing because he gonna start hitting us. So I'm like, so y'all just gonna let him beat up on her? And they like, yeah, we can't do nothing. Girl, I went up into that kitchen, got me a cast iron skillet, walked up the stairs because the cast iron skillet back then was heavy. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
walking up the stairs. I bust through the door and I said, stop hitting her. You put your hands on her one more time and I'm gonna hit you with this pot. I'm gonna hit you with this pan. Rodney, I'm not playing with you. And he was like, he went, he flinched like he was gonna hit her again. I flinched the pot. I'm gonna hit you, Rodney, with this pan if you don't stop hitting on her. And then I'm gonna tell my daddy. Now, mind you, my daddy like 6'6", close to 300 pounds. Rodney's a peon. Rodney put her down. He put her down after that. But I felt like at that age, I had to save her because it was so much. It was traumatic for me just listening to it. And if you can hear the hits, just imagine how hard it hit her. Like she's screaming to the top of her lungs, and we're in an apartment complex. So I'm pretty sure the neighbors are hearing it. We're hearing it. Like everybody can hear this. And nobody, stopped to help. And I just thought that was like the most, it was traumatic for me. And I was ready to go after that.
So at that age, you were not scared when you took the cast iron skillet and went up the stairs to help her or to stop him from hitting her. Nothing that you said to be scared.
No, because my daddy was going to get him. I didn't have no fear because if you hit me, you got to deal with my daddy. and he gonna do something to you. Because for one, why would you beat this lady up with my kid there, let alone other
Right.
people's kids there? What
Right.
y'all doing y'all home is not right, but what y'all doing y'all home is between y'all. Why would you wait till I'm there and then you would do that and then you thinking, well, I always been a smart ass kid, so it's
Right.
nosy. I've been nosy since the time I came out. I can't help myself. But why would you do that in front of me? And then the fact so they were boys. I'm the only girl. The sister
Oh, I
at the
never knew that.
time, yeah, they were boys. And at the time, my cousin had to been about maybe she had to been about 2. She was like a baby.
Oh, wow.
So we all sit down, the baby's crying. They sitting there acting like they don't. One boy was her grandson, and the other boy was her actual son. The oldest was her son, and the second oldest was the grandson. So y'all sitting there listening to this, and I'm just like, I can't take it no more. I'm gonna have to go upstairs and do something. And you know what? And I felt like at that time I could have took my cousin with that pen. No, I mean, because if you got a kid hit, you just never know at that time. All I could think of, I have to save her. And I did. And to this day, well, she's not alive anymore, God rest her soul.
No, Victor
But when
Song.
I used to see her, she used to be like, I would never forget that. Like, of course she started
Wow.
wanting me to be at her house all the time. But I stopped, by the time I made it up the stairs, her eyes were swollen. She had a black eye, she had a busted lip. He done pulled her hair. So she had just went through so much. And then to think about it, you was getting beat way before I came along. So this
Right.
ain't the first occurrence. It just happened on this day. And I was just like, oh no. Because if that was my mama, me and my mama would have jumped my daddy because you was
Oh,
not finna,
absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? And that's why I couldn't understand them boys. Like, nigga, y'all don't jump this man.
Ah, it's very sad. Could you have taken him?
Yeah, but you know
Probably.
what was crazy? Is that his mom and sister was mad at me for that.
I was going to ask you that. So
Yes.
other adults did know and they was mad at you instead of somebody, and this is where we get into the part where it's PTSD and can impact others. Instead of
Get up.
telling her that that's something that she shouldn't have had to do and really talking to her about it after, you said they was mad at you.
Hmm. My great auntie, which is his mom, and his sister was upset and told me I should have minded my business. And again, I was a smart mouth kid, and I was telling them, I'm not finna sit up here and watch him hit her. That's wrong. I didn't grow up watching my dad hit my mama. I didn't,
Mhm.
I didn't see. I've seen stuff like that, but I've seen a person slap a woman, or it probably was like one instant. I've never seen
Not a
somebody
full
beat.
on beating.
Yeah, like I've never seen it, and it was I hearing it was the worst part for me because I'm only hearing it and can only imagine what was you going through at that moment until when I bust through the door, she was on her knees. He's got her by her hair, and he's standing up above her. So he's in the mid swing of getting ready to punch her back in the face again, and I bust open the door. And it's just like a complete silence because I got that damn pen in my hand and I'm saying, Rodney, let her go.
What did
And
she
he
do
like,
after? Yeah, what
well,
happened after?
he left,
Okay.
and she went in the room, went in the bathroom, fixed herself up. I'm giving her paper towels and stuff, tissue to help her clean herself up. And at this point in time, I'm telling her, hey, call my mama and my daddy. Cause
Because
now
they
I'm
don't
ready to go
save you.
home. No,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go home. This too much shit for me. I didn't stop the violence. Now, hey, I'm ready to go.
At
I'm
what
ready to go
age
to bed.
again?
I'm 7. I'm ready to go. Shit. Tell my parents come get me. Stop whatever the hell they doing. I'm ready to go now. Shit. I didn't had enough for tonight. I done had enough. I was only over here to get babysit. I'm babysitting you and the kids. I'm ready to go.
What
So
did
at
the boy
that point
say
in time,
when you went back downstairs?
They were crying. And I don't know if it made them feel less than. Well, no, because they didn't help with her because when they tried to intervene, he would beat them too.
Right.
But I think the only reason why he didn't charge at me or do that to me is because of my dad. You
Yeah.
would have had to deal with him, and then
Yeah.
you don't want to. He ain't going. Yeah,
Mm-mm. You don't want to
don't
fight
want.
another man. You don't want to
Yeah,
do that
no,
to
he didn't want to
anyone.
fight another man, but he was beating the kids, beating her. And all I can think about is that movie where the man just be swinging people all over the damn place. He getting into a fight
Mm.
and it's just bodies flying everywhere. That's what made me think of it. Like, so you just in here beating the kids up, beating the woman up, and kids scream because I kid you not. We all watching TV and I'm like, y'all don't hear that noise? Like, y'all don't
It
hear
was
that?
downstairs. You could hear it all the way downstairs, the
You
hits.
can hear the feet movement. Cause he dragging her from like you can hear, and I was just like, so we not gonna do. I'm like, let's go up there and jump him. I'm saying I'm gonna go up there with y'all. They like, nah, he gonna beat on us. We done tried this before. Shit, at that point, I'm like, well, I'm about to be facing them by myself. Shit, the only thing I knew to do is go get a damn frying pan. And I don't know what made me think of that. I don't know if it's because we had watched What's Love Got to Do with
Like
It.
a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what made me go to the pan, but I was like, yeah, I got to get a pan or something because I was like, I ain't gonna get a knife. My little mind was just going. So I was like, let me just get a pan, a cast iron skillet. That's what I had. And I'm gonna hit this nigga with that because, and then he was drunk. I don't know if drugs played a part of it because you
I'm
seen
sure.
him, you seen him.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm
Yeah,
like, I can't picture that person doing this. Not that he's some amazing person, guys, but when you look at the stature of some people, you just don't think that they would do something like that, knowing that the family could come for you and that person could fight you back. She probably could have fought him back if she would have used her own cast iron skillet. But it's not fair to judge somebody and why they stay and what they go through. You
no,
don't
because
really
they were
know.
still together up until she died the year of 2000, the year I had Harley, so 2018, and they were still messing around. I think she had just stopped hitting on her because at this point in time, the boys then turned into men,
Now the men.
and they're older now, so now they able to whoop on you. So I believe they were still, still messing around, still together, whatever.
So, one of the effects of, so it's 5 things that people don't realize about family that have PTSD from domestic violence. So, one of the things Hilda actually said, she was ready to go. So, what can happen after that is family members start scanning for danger, even when the abuser isn't around. They're jumping at phone calls, loud noises trigger or bother them. If somebody, um, if you send a message to the person that is being abused and they don't respond fast enough, it automatically makes you nervous. It greatly impacts our nervous system as the person that is supportive or aware of somebody going through domestic violence, whether you love them or not. It could be an employee, but there is PTSD as it relates to this particular space. And there is no time that it is okay for a 7-year-old to have to intervene and protect somebody. That's just not okay. Hey, cousins, but just think and hey, twin, just think if she wouldn't have done that. But here's the worst part that I heard out of that story: no judgment, but it's still accountability. And it's the worst part that the auntie now wanted cousin to be around because she knew she would be safe with her around, but that put cousin in a protective, if you will, mind frame, knowing that, oh, I'm going over here because when I'm here, she's going to be safe. That shouldn't happen, because what if he would have flipped out and actually did something to unalive her or something like that? The person that experienced the trauma or thinks they're the savior will now feel bad, thinking they're the reason why it happened and that them protecting wasn't good enough that time. And that is not okay at all. Look at this little girl and how it impacted her trying to get in to save her mom.
Please. Yeah, go to Savannah's house and get help. Stop it! Touching me! Stop it now! You're gonna make her die! I'm not. You love her!
That's messed up.
There is never a time when that's good. All of that thinking the kids are asleep, um, they won't hear it. If they don't see it, it's different. You could turn up the music. What else have I heard? If you play the TV loud, none of those things actually matter. You're getting secondhand trauma from that experience. It can be hearing stories, seeing the bruises, living through it and going through it the way this baby just did. Um, Repeatedly having to have the police come over and being rescued. All of those things are called secondary traumas that someone can have. Now, this poor little girl is probably either one of two things is going to happen. She's going to be very scared for her mom. That's going to be off top. She's going to be very scared for her mom. You in turn don't want to go to school because you don't want to be away from your parent. Um, and you may either grow up to be the aggressor because you're going to get them before they get you. I know somebody like that that has never experienced domestic violence with hands put on them, but they came from it. And in their relationship, they started out the gate doing it. It's not okay. It's really not. And while I am aware that people that get into domestic violence, they don't leave as soon as we would like them to leave. I kind of need the moms that say, I wanted my kid to have their family, be it sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse. All of those are abuse. No, your child shouldn't have to listen to you getting cussed out and called out your name, nor have to do things like that. The child doesn't want that. That video, I don't understand how these people have to go through these things and what it actually does. So let's play the next clip and then I will get cousin's response. Trigger warning. This one, it made me cry. I hope it doesn't make you cry. I hope it just shows you the strength of a mom and what you have to go through after you leave. More support happens after you leave. They're going to need you a lot. So all of that talking you was doing, telling them to leave and judging them and all of that, make sure you're there to be there for them. If they call you 856 times and say that they need help, they need you to drive them to therapy or hold their hand. Make sure you're there for that part because this is what it looks like. And it's not pretty.
I am safe. I am safe. Deep breath. Take a deep breath. Hi. I'm alright. I'm okay. No. It's okay. Take a deep breath.
This one is 8:38. I am absolutely sure that nothing can separate me from God's love, nor death, nor life, nor fears for today, or worries about tomorrow.
Amen. Amen. Deep breath. I am safe. I am safe. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
I don't understand how the man got out of jail and he went directly to the home and he was waiting for them there.
To
How
finish where
many
he left off.
how many times do you allow the person to show you that they don't have sense? And I mean as far as the law. He should be arrested. and have to stay in there for the rest of his life. Because we keep seeing people get unalived. The one lady was unalived right outside of the courtroom, and she asked him to walk her to her car and have proof that the man kept coming for her. When is the person really protect women are possessions of those right? And they don't care about if they hurt their children. We've seen so many unalive their children while the mom watch before they do it to her. You
Well, that's just like that recent story with the little 7-month-year-old. The dad was beating the mom.
mm-hmm.
She says somebody socked her and kidnapped the baby when all along he killed the baby and had been abusing her. It was a big old thing. I want to say last month.
Oh, and
Abuser.
she was in trouble too for not telling,
Yeah, but I'm guessing she was too
but
scared.
she
Did
was
you see
afraid
that
of
black
him.
eye? Yeah, that black eye was told
It was
her.
atrocious. I didn't understand that when I thought I misunderstood it. I thought only he was going to be in trouble, but then some stuff looked like they was trying to make her be in trouble for not saying something. But if you could
Right.
look at her, sometimes I think they should move forward without the person saying nothing and kind of say it for them and ask them if that's it. Because if you see, I don't understand. I really don't. Um, I don't understand that shit is not okay. Um, mm. So, some mothers, I tip my hat to you because the strength that you have is insane. To watch that woman cry, I know why she kept her daughter like that. She didn't want her daughter to look up and see her crying. She wanted to keep her voice and everything focused on it's okay, it's okay. Meanwhile, wiping away her own tears. And the sad thing is, I don't think that they get more time when they do it the second time. It's usually like 18 months or something like that.
Because
When to me, it should be attempted unaliving.
a lot of the police look at it, you went back.
But she's in a car waiting. She's not going to the house. She's waiting for the police to
Like
get
these
to
cases, I think they take it and they make the next punishment severe. But some of the times they don't because they're like, you took him back. Like we arrested him. You didn't want to go to court and testify against him. Now he's
um,
back, and it's like, I mean, it's messed up because they're in they don't understand. Like you understand what's going on, but they end up feeling more sorry for the abuser than they do for themselves.
right. Like, I don't want you to lose everything. I'm just trying to give you another chance to get your family back. That lady said she don't want him back. They clearly don't belong together and it's toxic. Why are you trying to help him get what he wants, but not listening to this lady saying, I don't want that. I want him away from me and my kid. Then when it's too late, people want to, well, I didn't know it was going to turn out like that. I'm so sorry. Which leads me to the next thing. To safely support somebody, you need to support them by helping them make sure that they have a to-go bag and you can keep it in your car versus their car in case the person finds it. Make sure that they have an emergency contact. Make sure that they know on your Samsung phone how to press the different buttons and it goes out to your emergency contacts. That way they will know, and it's not a number or a text or something like that. You have a code word. If they do call you and they want to tell you, okay, I'm ready, or whatever it is, make sure that you have a code word. Offer to store their important documents for them. Offer for if they have proof or something like that for them to send it to you so they can delete it. That way they can't go through their emails and stuff like that. But be more of a support and not judgmental. Reiterate when you're ready, I'm here. Not when are you gonna leave? That's not appropriate. We actually, let me read this comment. A lot of women have dropped the charges so much that they don't take it serious.
Right.
I understand. I really do. But I hope in cases like this one, where it's very clear, she got, I guess you get a message when the person is about to get out. So she was saying that she got the message and then somehow knew that he was at the house, Ring camera or whatever. So she's sitting in her car with her baby and had called the police and everything like that. She's not going to the house. When they do that and they call and make sure and call and make sure, I think you should listen. I get the first time being shaky without, all the proof, because women lie, people lie, could be taken the wrong way if it's no proof, innocent until proven guilty, right? But when it's something like this and the person is showing that they are serious, I think it should be taken seriously. You can save somebody, save somebody's life, even if it's that you have what is that? The visits, like monitor visits of both, and they're
I don't
frequent.
think they should get that.
But what I mean is, if you believe, if it's no concrete proof and you don't know if the woman is lying just because they're going through a custody case or something like that, if you have a gray area, then I think that even if you have a gray area, to be on the safer side of things, just create a space where it's monitored more or something like that. Because here's the thing, if the girl is lying, she'll get tired of having to take the kid and do all of these extra steps as well, and she will stop lying. If he's not lying, he'll show up to show him not lying. There needs to be something put in place, or require that they get a camera put up or something, and make sure that it's known that you need, I don't know, something needs to happen. But for the second part of the show, we actually have somebody that we went through domestic violence with this year.
Last
It
year.
was why do it seem like just yesterday?
Baby, last year. And
Good.
she's still
See
going
how this
through it
stuff traumatizes you? Okay.
right to this day, as if it just happened yesterday to her.
Jesus. It feels like just yesterday. Okay, give us a summary of what happened, and then I will ask you some questions.
So we had a friend who started dating a guy, and just little telltale signs was coming. The constant calling, the constant threatening, but the threats that start off like a joke, they started to become serious. And I guess he had another woman, um, and he was beating on the other woman. And so I'm telling her, like, well, if he's beating her, you're going to be next. Because what's stopping him from hitting you? No, no, it's not going to be me. It's not going to happen. Well, it did. And when it happened, he ended up having a gun. So uh, he broke her ribs. He busted her mouth. She had cord markings from her all on her neck, where he had held her hostage for like 4 hours and beat her up the entire 4 hours. And then it was just like something that was gnawing at me. Like, and I woke up early in the morning. I called our other friend, and she was like, I was supposed to meet up with her, and I guess he got mad. And as she was on her way to meet up with her, he socked her in the mouth. Driving in the car, socked her in the mouth, pulled over, and started beating her in the car. Then it moved from in the car to he bringing her in the house and continuing on with the beating. So it was like, something don't feel right. She finally makes it to work. I tell my other friend, hey, go pick her up. Go take her to my other friend's house, because he doesn't know where that friend lives, but he knows where I live at. So I was already anticipating him coming to my house because she lived with me. And so, sure enough, he came to my house, and I told my best friend, hey, I need you to come to my house, but I need you to bring something with you, because I'm anticipating a visitor. And sure enough, he came to my house, banging all on my door, talking loud, screaming. But I believe he did that because he felt that all girls were in the house. So he felt like he had that advantage to do that until he seen a man walk out of my house. And when he seen the man walk out the house, his whole demeanor changed, his voice changed. Oh, hey, how you doing, sir? It's nothing going on because it's a man approaching you. But when you thought it was just women in here, you were irate, you were loud, you were aggressive. And we had to get her out of here. Had to call the police because he ended up going to her job before he came to my house. He went to her job and she worked at a mental disabled home for adults. And he went to their house with a gun. So you can imagine nurses are dragging these patients to the back because they can't pick them up because they're adults, but they're afraid. He's at the door banging on the door. He got a gun, so they're dragging the patients along with themselves to a safe place. As soon as she said that, I'm like, oh, he's on my way to my house next. And he did come. He actually did come. It became threats to her. We had to get her back to where her parents live, take her home immediately because she was in danger if he ever caught up to her. And that wasn't the first time of him hitting on her. This was just the worst.
So, notice cousin says she got her out of there and she provided support. That's actually one of the things that you were supposed to do is offer practical support over emotional pressure. Although our first instinct when talking to each other, when cousin called me, I was pissed. I was putting on my shoes and I was on my way because I have a goddaughter there. I'm bringing her home here. And I don't want her there because when people go through things, they don't think about the fact that it goes to other people. But also the first thing was, okay, where is she? Where are her kids? Did she get a ride back out there? Is she okay? Do somebody got her safe? And all of those things were taken care of because it's more important to make sure that the person is okay and that everything is safe before you get angry, because you will go through that stage. You will get angry, especially if they don't respond the way you want them to. I think for us, I will tell how I felt after, because the PTSD is real and it's crazy. Um, I was angry and angry at her. I was, because all I could think to myself is, and God forgive me, I can't control what another adult does with their life. I don't want you to do it. We sensed this shit happening before it happened. Like months before, we started saying stuff like, hey, that's kind of weird that he said that. Hey, it's kind of weird that he's doing this. You need to pay attention. I've either seen or been through this before, and I think you should pay attention. And it was the wanting to be in a relationship so bad that you're not listening and you're lying to us to our face saying, oh no, that's not happening. Oh no. And we like, why do I have this gut feeling about this thing happening? So when it happened, I'm thinking, in the midst of you going through these things and us telling you that we having these feelings, why did you show him where my cousin lived? You allow him to drive your car and he has your keys. You have keys to my cousin's house. If you are going to put your life in jeopardy, do not put the lives of others in jeopardy. And here's the worst part, not give them a heads up. Because when we told you that we had these feelings, that was the time for you to be honest and say, hey, I don't want to tell you all of my business and what has happened, but something has happened and I just want you to be on alert. Now, she knows that cousin is going to ask 32,000 questions if that happens. However, either do that or get out of my space. Stay away from me, because that's not fair for something to not happen. Now she at work, she get this call and got to execute 17 different things. I'm far away and I'm trying to get there. I'm calling other people on the way because we need him to come from all angles, because we did it. We were going to show the body cam because now, or the ring, because now we can kind of chuckle about it. Sometimes you laugh to keep from crying type of thing, but the shit
Right.
wasn't funny. If
At
look
the
at it
time.
not funny, right? Listen, don't want to be embarrassed. I understand you don't want to be embarrassed, But here's where I feel like it's selfish, kind of in my selfish way of being angry if somebody commits unaliving on themselves. We're the ones who have to deal with this shit after you do what you want to do. I gets moved out of it because stop including other people then. It's not fair. It's not okay. And to cousin's point, at this point, my husband wasn't going over there all the time. Her boyfriend wasn't going over there all the time. Nobody was going over there. And best friend, he was with his girl and not going over there all the time because other things were going on. In this season, all this idiot saw was that we kept going in and out of that house. That's all he saw. You're not preparing us to be safe. This girl leaves at 3, 4 in the morning to go to work. People on drugs don't sleep. He didn't sleep while he was doing this shit. And then had the nerve to do, what did he do after, cousin?
What did he do?
Try to convince her not to.
Oh, to tell. And don't leave. He wanted her to come back. He was sorry. Girl, then he said he was, I'm going to be homeless. I ain't going to live with the girl no more. Sir, this is bigger than you living with another girl. You have just beat the living daylights out of me. I don't want to see you.
I don't want to see you at all, at all. I mean, sending her books of stuff. And here's the thing. So then I'm telling you, the feelings that this one is about the family members and loved ones of survivors. That's what this show is about. And it's about being able to be open and honest because not one person talks about what the hell you go through after. And it's fair for the people to have the feelings that they have. I just kept getting mad around every corner. Every time she would call and tell me something, I'll be like, what the fuck? You have the ring footage, take it down there and report it. He went to the job. I got this person in pocket waiting. What are we waiting for? But you can't do a damn thing without the person. It makes no sense. And you still gotta love this person because you still want them to be safe.
She was scared. He knew where her parents lived. He knew where people lived at, and she was afraid. But I'm like, that's why you give people a heads up so that they can properly protect themselves. I know what to do if I'm in a situation like that because my best friend was the first. Hey, I know what he could do. He might be he mighty. You know, he might be little, but he was mighty. And when I tell you the damn tool was bigger than him. But so what? We were safe.
God rest his soul. He came through in the clutch.
We were safe, you know,
Every
and he got
time.
me on the phone while he talking to the man like it's nothing but women in here, and I need you to leave right now. You need to go. And I don't want to see you back over here. But it took another man. And I always wonder, like, when y'all beating on these women, why are you so scared to even talk to another man? Because the way his tone and his voice came dramatically down when he seen
it was
a
like
man.
Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde.
I mean, because he bitch, he bamming on my gate because it's a gate before you get to my door. Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God. Oh my God. I'll be thinking, yes, because you cannot get to my door. So he is just at this gate, shaking the gate. I know you went there. Tell her to come outside.
Now, no cars in the driveway or nothing. He know what all our cars look like. No car, nothing. He talk about
absolutely no car. I know you in there, and you could just see my best friend come from the side of the house. Oh, gee, you know, my bad. I didn't mean to do all. How do you go from that to that? He's bigger than my best friend. He's way bigger than him. He calmed it all the way down.
Full message on the ring thing. Gave his name, why he was there, what he was looking at for. You better have her reach out to me. Now this is funny, y'all. This fool said, "Hey, you better have her reach out to me ASAP, Rocky." We was like, what do that mean?
Girl, I felt old as hell.
We would have beat him up, just to be clear. We would have definitely.
Girl, he better be lucky I wasn't at home.
If
I was at home, I would have been up. Girl, I would have went out there like my mama with a knife.
Even
stabbed him through the gate.
Y'all, this girl can fight very, very well. Very well. But here's the thing. He had a weapon. You don't fight back when it's a weapon. And afterwards, after he was done for 4 straight hours, y'all, 4 straight hours. And the other girl sat right there and watched it happen. She was just so relieved that it wasn't happening to her. But previous times we found out later, when he was doing it to the other girl, our friend stepped in and helped her. So you looking at this girl like, why aren't you helping me? And you're looking at him like, what the hell are you doing to me? But us on our end, even when we was talking, there's a thing that happens. So one of the other things that happened is when the victim goes back, and for us, it was going back at that point because smaller things had happened that led to this big thing. Supporters can lose a little bit of the empathy because you get burnt out. You're so tired of the up and down and the being afraid and the being nervous. You get bitter because you're upset. Like, why do you keep putting us in this? You can emotionally shut down, which is what eventually happened with me. Or you could, and you feel guilty for feeling that way, which is what happened to me. I feel very bad that when she says certain things, it's like, how can you even still have even a little bit of compassion for him? Or why do you think we want to know about, oh, he still reached out to me or whatever? Because in my mind, he should be blocked on everything. He shouldn't even be able to talk to you. But you still somehow want to hear a little bit of what he has to say. Like, what's going to change it? There are so many families unalive behind someone else's man. Yes, it's not fair. And coming out of cousin's house at that time, it is a gate right there, but it's a bush. It used to be a bush, and you can't see, right there, whatever. And then it's her car. So if she's coming out anymore, she has nothing but blind spot. It's all blind spot. So then what? Why do you even want to still talk to him? Why do you care? Oh, he's still wanting her. He's trying to make it up or whatever. What?
Addictive. Um, or the what ifs. I mean, at this point, you're dealing with a narcissist, and he started off so good that you feel like, what happened to that man that I had? And maybe if I do this a little different, then maybe he'll go back to being that. Baby, when he showed you the first couple of times, that is who he is. And when he beat up somebody else, you're always liable to get slapped too.
I didn't understand that one.
So that was my whole thing. If he slapped her, he gonna slap you too. But see, that's why I don't be liking, to deal with people. No, I don't want to meet that Negro. Cause I don't want my mouth smart as hell. I don't want motherfucker think he can hit me too. Cause he, shit, hell no. But I have came across people like that who men thought that they can hit on you too. Oh, she got a smart ass mouth, so I'm gonna be able to
Mm-hmm.
hit. No, hell no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No,
And
yeah,
they'll
keep
tell,
your
oh, I'm gonna
hands to
get you next.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Keep
hit
talking, and I'm
shit
gonna do this to
next.
you or whatever. Yeah, that's a no for me. And y'all, it was this one time. That cousin was sick, and again in survival mode. Our friend in survival mode. She had a horrible feeling like something is going on right now. So she called the friend to come and help her, come back to the house and help her if she want to go to the hospital or whatever. If cousin wanted to go to the hospital. And then she didn't respond right. Oh, I'm with my man. What you want? And I was like, what? When cousin called to tell me, I'm like, do you need me to come out there? I'll come out there. But cousin was so upset. And I was like, we kept saying something don't sound right. How would she respond that way? That don't even make sense. You would go take care of your friend because she's that type. She would have come. But we could not figure out what was going on. And then some way cousin asked her, what street are you on? Or, oh, where are you? And her not thinking, cousin knows all the streets because of where she works. So she tells her the street she's on. When cousin tells me the street, I said, cousin, what are they doing on that street? That's where the ladies of the night be. Why does he have her over there? Something is not right. So all throughout, we had these strong feelings. So when it finally happened, it was like, did you just sit in my face and lied all of these times while we at least trying to tell you how to navigate the space? not navigate domestic violence. I don't know how to navigate domestic violence. I know how to tell you to get the hell away from that person, because y'all want to know the big thing. You probably want to know how long this relationship lasts, don't you? Cousin, tell them how long the relationship was.
It lasted from May of 2024. The incident and the relationship was over by October 9th, 2024.
Listen, let me tell you
And
something.
mind you, he had been arrested 4 times in that small amount of time. He had a high-speed chase. He had a gun charge. He had a driving while under the influence. Being at his job. He had a whole bunch of shit. In a matter of that small amount of time.
So far be it for us to say right away, hey, this is probably not the person for you, because he keeps getting in trouble. And each of those times he would get out. So my whole thing was, my ass was like, is he a snitch? Because how does he keep getting out? Something ain't right. Maybe she shouldn't just be around him at all. Something is the high-speed chase. But he borrowing your car? Listen, let me tell you something. Anybody that needs all of your resources like that, especially a man, is not the person for you. If they don't care about their stuff, how could they care about your stuff? If they don't care about their life, how could they care about your life? If they're doing it to somebody else, you can't really, don't all the women of the night start off by saying, I thought I was his girlfriend, and before I knew it, I was his bottom bitch. They all start out saying, I thought I was his girlfriend. Yes, in 5 months.
Yes, Auntie Mama.
And from the very beginning,
we never liked him
at all.
Because it would be certain stories,
and I never saw his face.
Statements that was made, and I would be like, girl, I just got, so mind y'all, this little insight. I had went through my own little verbal abuse, okay, from a handicapped motherfucker. That's a whole different story, okay? But I had went through it. I knew the signs. So as she's coming back telling me the stories, I'm like, hey, this sounds like this, and you probably should run away from him. Hey, when he said, oh yeah, he was saying he loved me, he would say shit that didn't match, because how do you say something and you don't know this person? You just literally met this person. And when he told her, like, you think you all of that, you think you too good, I was like, bitch, that's the wrong thing to say. Because that motherfucker gonna try to bring you down to his level because he feel like you're too above him. So they start looking at you like you think you better than me. Well, if I do this to you, you're no longer better than me. If I make you do this, you're no longer better than me. But some women don't take heed. Some women that take it as you're jealous or you're hating or you just don't understand. And I'm telling her, I just went through all of that, not even a couple of months prior. So everything that you're telling me, I'm literally telling you what's gonna happen next. Oh, he gonna do this next. Oh, this is gonna happen next.
Play by play, and it was really happening, which we didn't find out till months later. I cannot. Well, let's look at the last video of what it looks like when things impact even your neighbors. This shit is real and it's not okay. And I said it before, to anybody that can't be a supporter to somebody who is in domestic violence, I don't hold you. I don't particularly judge you. People shouldn't judge you because it's a very dangerous space. And if you can't help the person get away, or they are not ready, but you are ready to be away from it, or it's too much for you, there's plenty of people like Jennifer Hudson's family who it impacted everybody for the one person. And if you could stay away and stay off of that person's radar, sometimes that's what people want to do, because they have children and families too that they want to be safe for. So it's only so much you can do. But here's what happened.
Ring camera POV.
Girl, we've been to beat his ass as a community.
Let me tell you everything I've loved about that. Every woman showed where her man standing right next to the man and the woman went to that door. I love that. Thank God she had neighbors that had men as well. And they looked out and saw it was no weapon. And they both came to the door. Man, that is what a protector looks like. Because just by seeing the men's faces, because he still kept doing a little bit while the one over here came and you could only see her. But then when the other couple opened the door and he saw a couple, he unhanded her. When he said those words meant I'm taking you down. Absolutely. If a man is jealous of you and trying to bring you down in any way, what is going to follow is verbal abuse, psychological abuse, or physical abuse. And here's the thing. The smarter you are, the more degrees you have, things like that, they're going to attack you verbally. Because what do you see even in fucking stupid things that are posted? Oh, you let him cheat on you with all your degrees? How could you fall for that? I didn't know my degrees made me well versed in life and that I can't make decisions with my heart. What the hell you could be a child psychologist, a therapist, any of those things, and still fall victim to being in love. And then a person shows you somebody different later, or people change, or whatever it may be. Your degrees and how smart you are doesn't have anything to do with it, but it has everything to do while that man will try to break you. Have I experienced that? Yes, I have. I have. Fortunately for me, and I just really thank my family. I really do, because I was raised to know not to allow to be put down. I was raised that once I become aware of something, to reach out and talk to somebody, because the quicker they can get you away from everybody, the more that they will become stronger. But if you reach out, I will reach out to cousin, I'll reach out to my mom, whoever I feel like reaching out to that's within my circle. Hey, this was said to me. Am I tripping? Am I overreacting? Well, no, because and you have the conversation, right? That's all you can do. I didn't know certain things, and we are not responsible for knowing everything. But to wrap up the show, supporters deserve therapy too. Domestic violence doesn't just destroy the relationship, it actually destroys the entire family and everybody that is impacted. You do develop PTSD. You do become uber sensitive to things. It can have an impact on your relationship. Growing up seeing it from a very young girl, from somebody that I love, an adult, I saw the after effects. So I never heard or saw it. I only saw what the bruises look like. Well, not only, I saw what the bruises and things like that look like. My greatest fear has always been in a relationship with domestic violence. So if it's somebody that I was even remotely scared of, I would stay away from them. If they exhibited too much, I would stay away from them, because I'm very afraid of that happening to me. Very, because you don't have to have a reason. I can't say, well, it won't happen to me because I know that I'm a good woman, X, Y, and Z. It has nothing to do with that. Usually they attack you physically and verbally because he doesn't have the intelligence to complete in a verbal conversation. Mom, I think that some things they don't have the sense. If what you see in me, how does it ignite you when you're trying to get with me? But then once you get with me and I start dating you, you immediately begin on working on breaking me down, instead of me inspiring you to do more or to help you with whatever you want, or for you to stay exactly where you are and just be happy. But why do you want me to feel dumber or lower or whatever it is? And I've experienced that, and it's not cool. And it did make me second guess myself. Like, did I really do that? And they try to make you believe you're stuck up. They try to make you believe you think you're better than them, that they're not good enough. And the whole time you're thinking, if you wasn't good enough, why would I be dating you? That don't make no sense. So you in turn think it's something you're doing that you're not aware of, especially with these big words like narcissist. Women don't take accountability. Men don't have anybody to talk to and be taken serious. If I'm telling you how I feel, you should take it serious. Men have the world on their shoulders. You begin to process all of those things and think you did something wrong, and you try to check yourself. And if you're not getting counsel, be it somebody you trust, somebody you love, therapist, something, while you're trying to balance out if this is true or not, it will suck you in. It will. I'm very grateful because it's things that I didn't see that somebody else told me in a not so very nice way, but I'm a tough cookie. I could take it. But yes, watch how you support people and think about the people impacted, especially your children. Put them in therapy immediately. He has that in mind when he's groomed. I believe so because they build you up really high. And then when you really believe in yourself with this person and you feel seen and you're so excited to share certain stuff and you just think you found this person that just, they see you. And then shortly after, it's like you start to hear you think you're better or yeah, yeah. Or you got grown woman vibes or you think you don't have to listen to nobody or it's like very elementary stuff and you don't know how to respond. You're like, well, technically I don't need to listen to nobody. A grown ass woman. You don't like it, you can go away. That's the problem. You act like you don't need anybody. I don't know
I
what to say.
don't.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to
I don't
that
need
because
you. So
I don't. I don't. I want to be around you. Do I need to be around you? I don't. Some men get with you to bring. Yeah, I saw that already. Okay, so cousin, any last remarks from you on this topic?
um ladies, just be aware of your surroundings. Pay attention to the keywords. Pay attention to how they treat you. Pay attention to how just pay attention and discernment. Have discernment. Pray for discernment. That's the biggest thing. I thank God for that because I could foresee some stuff and see it coming and be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and exit this out because this ain't for me. So pray for discernment.
That's very important. That's a good one. Exit quickly. Don't try to
Exit
make sense
quickly.
of it and make it fit.
Don't try to
Oh, we're only
change
doing this
him. He
because.
is who he is, and he gonna be who he is. When he
And the
tell
longer
you
you
them
stay, you got
stories
to
of
work
how
on you.
his when he tell you them stories of how his ex is, believe it.
Listen to the cues because a lot of them be like, that couldn't have possibly always happened. Or it's funny you was the one that was always right. Or so you just didn't do nothing?
Yeah,
Hmm.
no. Keep praying.
Mhm. That don't make sense to me. Make them have the more you make them feel comfortable and talk as well because they like to be.
Comfortable.
And they become comfortable, honey. And when they talking, you be like, boom, I knew it was going to come out. That's the thing. But safely walk away. It's not a good idea to tell them that you notice that these certain things exist. I'm just telling you. It's just safe to say, I don't think we align or match or whatever you want to say. I knew a man in a DM relationship, support for those that look a little different. So that's what our show was about on Tuesday. That's what our show was about
Yeah.
on Tuesday. That
I was
they're
the aggressor once.
and that there are aggressors. Leaves the first time you're disrespected. That is correct because you can have a disagreement without having an argument. That lets you know how low they will go. And just think if they don't have enough ammunition at the beginning and they're going this way, the more they
Wait
learn
till
about
they
you and
get
know about
more.
you,
Boy,
that
the way
shit,
they cut you up with them words, honey.
baby,
Mm.
they will
And you
make
be
you
like,
really
damn, why you with me?
because you don't like me.
You
You really you don't
could
like
go
me.
somewhere else, like a me. I don't
And
want to.
and then in the end, they talking about, but I really love you. Just got some things to work on.
Shit. I'll be working by my damn self, nigga. Because for one, let me tell you
The
something.
kids.
You can't fuck me and fuck me up. One fuck gots to go. It can't be both of them.
Because now I don't want to have sex. I don't want you to touch
You
me.
can't do both. One of them gotta go.
You don't like me. You don't like me. And I have done something, whatever it is, either I've done something to you or I am a person that greatly triggers what is going on within you. And so I can't do it. So yes, ladies, pay attention early and just go ahead and leave. The first time you feel disrespected, I wouldn't say that, because you need to make sure, because remember, we can all be offended, right? It could be something that is a trigger for me that is not normal to everybody else. So if you have those conversations and they cross those boundaries or do things that are very clear that it's disrespectful, call you out your name, something like that, I think that's the form of disrespect that she's talking about. But I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. On Tuesday, we will be back. We're talking about domestic violence through the rest of the month. On our last show, we did talk about the different ways that it does look and when the woman becomes the aggressor. So go back and listen to that if you would like. I have my other cousin on as a guest in being the aggressor, and we're trying to get her and her last partner on the show next week so they can each talk and tell their sides and how they are maneuvering through that space now, because they do still talk, as he is the one trying to help her and stay with her. So that is it for tonight. Make sure you take a look at Amazon and buy one of my healing coloring journal books. And I hope that it helps you. Have an amazing night. Like, comment, and subscribe on the way out. Good night.